Okay, hi everybody. We've been a long time around, but we haven't ever gotten to the stage of all this modern YouTube videos and introducing ourselves visually, etc. I'm sure heaps of you know of us on the internet and via our telephone through our Nature's Wonderland store. Anyway, I'm Michaela. I answer a lot of your calls, as do other people here. Natasha is another one of our main people. We just thought that we'd finally get to the stage of seeing you face to face, especially because we've just embarked upon the final opening of our Verdigris Eco Retreat and Healing Centre. We've been working on this for a very long time, and it's something that we're really excited to finally get off the ground. I'm sitting in our consultation room. We'll be taking people in here for all sorts of different consultations, whether that be healing your body, healing your mind, healing your spirit. We believe that all of those three things go together very smoothly, and to get them into that stage, sometimes you have to do little tweaks along the way with various things. Predominantly with Nature's Wonderland, we've set that up as food, health, aimed at lots and lots of healthy ways to live, healthy ways to eat, and of course, being a retail establishment, as that has been, all of our things have been focused on products to sort out all those really lovely healthy aspects of your life. In these videos and in the Verdigris, we're not retailers, we're not selling, we're assisting, we're helping you heal. We're wanting you to see aspects of life that you can change or improve to get yourself back into a better shape, so to speak. Not only physically, as I said, but right throughout all of yourself. We're going to be running some food workshops. We're going to be focusing those workshops on just eating and living healthily and naturally. We don't focus on things such as you have to have a raw food diet, you have to have a paleo diet, you have to have this, you have to have that. We're certainly far removed from that. We've lived our life for all the time in Victoria up until 2000, and then we shifted to Queensland. Since we shifted to Queensland, we opened our online store. Prior to that, we were in Victoria in Warburton, and we had Nature's Wonderland down there. So we do date back a fairly long time. We've always had the attitude, though, that following a guru, eating this way and that way because it happens to be a fad or a fashion, that's always been against our grain, because realistically, you need to eat what your particular body needs, and just because somebody's promoting some superfoods, health foods, raw foods, you name it, that's not necessarily the way to go. And we do get quite perturbed when we watch people heavily led by people who will tell them do this, eat that, particularly I suppose in juicing, because we were one of the first stores in this whole cold press juicing industry. And when we see people following explicitly and really like a bit of a cult following, different people who are telling them that they're going to achieve this and that, a lot of the time they're telling them that they're going to achieve weight loss, for example. Juicing is not necessarily a way to achieve weight loss, and we don't agree with it at all. We do agree that juicing's great. Lovely, healthy, natural juices. They're really nice. They're really good for your body, and it's a great way for people to get some lovely food. A lot of people aren't really keen on vegetables, which is a bit surprising to us because our total diet is vegetable and fruit, of course. We eat very little meat. We can't say that we eat no meat. We do have a little bit from time to time, but usually only on special occasions. The reason that we don't eat meat is not only health oriented, it's got to do with nature and what they do to things out there in the world these days. Anyway, so our focus here is going to be on living a clean life, living the good life. I don't know whether any of you date back long enough to know of the Good Life program on TV years and years and years ago. It was always my personal favourite, seeing these people living a sort of a farmerish type self-sufficiency existence in the middle of the suburbs, and I always found it to be quite good. So basically what we want to do and what we've achieved in our own lifestyle is that we live the good life. We live on a property, we've got 40 acres, we just have a hobby farm, we have a variety of different animals, alpaca, we did have some sheep, we did have some goats, we've got geese, we've got donkeys, we do a little bit of animal welfare, we have an aspect of our business called critter care, and we assist people who have needs for animals that they can perhaps no longer keep them themselves, so we sometimes bring animals in like that and look after them, bring them back to health if needed, or we've got a couple of old animals here that people haven't been able to look after, or got a couple of abused animals. We've also got a wildlife sanctuary. We've been nominated as a member for Land for Wildlife as well as the Wildlife Land Trust, and we're trying to revegetate our property as much as we can. And we have a lot of kangaroos, we're lucky to have some koalas, we have an abundance of bird life. We've planted particularly to create all of that for them. And everything that we do is aimed at living healthily and living naturally. So that's what we do here with the Verdigris. We're going to be running, as I said, some workshops, some courses, some consultations. You can do consultations with us one-on-one here on our property, or you can do them via telephone or via Skype, whichever way is easiest, because not everybody lives in Queensland and not everybody lives near us. We're about 1.5 to 2 hours out of Brisbane, so whether you're on the Sunshine Coast, the Gold Coast, or Toowoomba or Ipswich, all of those places are about equidistance from us. In our workshops in the Verdigris kitchen, we're going to be doing different ways of preparing, what foods to use, mixes of foods, machinery to use or equipment to use. All of our workshops, when they're groups, will be very small. We're only going to be having half a dozen maximum, because we've got a small area and we believe very much in the one-on-one personal tuition rather than big courses piling lots of people in who really don't even get hands-on. The idea here is that you actually touch the equipment, see the equipment, use it, and really get to know what you need. People have asked us from day one, what do you do? We've always joked to ourselves and we said, oh, we sell juicers, blenders, dehydrators, that sort of thing, which is what we do. Those pieces of equipment are probably the mainstay of living a healthy lifestyle, plus, you know, little bits and pieces of food preparation, slices and gadgets like that. We have a nice stainless steel kitchen, a lovely commercial kitchen here, so the space is quite nice, but it's quite small, as we said. We also have a dojo, a gymnasium here, so anybody who comes to visit can also feel free to use our equipment. We have a yoga swing, we have a treadmill, we have a rowing machine, and we do weights, and we have yoga mats and things like that. So there's lots of different things if you want to get involved in that. We've got a far infrared sauna that we're not quite finished installing, that's an outside sauna, so you'll be located in a lovely little patch of gum trees, if that's the way that you want to go. We also have accommodation. We've got 3 rooms. We call them Blue Lagoon, Midori and Amaretto. One of the rooms, Amaretto, is fully self-contained. It has its own kitchen. And the other 2, we just look after you, so we give you the food that you desire. They all have their coffee facilities and so on, and we do have a really beautiful coffee machine if you're an espresso freak, cappuccino, anything like that. We've got a lovely coffee machine here for people too. So I guess basically all in all, this little conversation between you and us is to say hi. How are you? Love to have met you finally. And we look forward to giving you a whole lot of different videos, workshops, and all things in that direction that hopefully will inspire you. Okay, thank you. Look forward to next time. Bye.